ways you can start making money right from your smartphone today. All of these can be done via Wi-Fi, remote, from home. You can do these on a laptop, whatever you prefer. I have put together a list of 10 ways you can start making money right from your smartphone today. These opportunities are for independent contractors, self-employment, entrepreneurship. I wanted to put together a list that would be beneficial to everybody, because what might be good for a single mom might not be good for a stay-at-home mom or somebody new to social media or a college student. So I highly recommend to go through the whole list and then do your research to see what will be most financially beneficial to you. Most of these are free, no startup costs at all, just your time and effort. Some of them do cost. If you do have the money to invest, I always recommend that, because you get what you give at the end of the day. But there's nothing wrong with starting off small. I have done all of these ideas. I will only ever recommend anything I have done myself. If there's any make money from home opportunities that you have learned about, that you have questions about, please leave them below in the comments and I will test it myself before you do. Idea number 1, UGC. Being a UGC creator is super beneficial, especially for those of you that are good with social media. UGC stands for user generated content. This has no upfront cost. The first thing you want to do is create business accounts for yourself, showing that you're a UGC creator. So this may look like creating a TikTok account, an Instagram, a Facebook. You don't have to open an LLC right away. Just start the process. Give yourself a good brand name that goes with being a UGC creator. For example, maybe I would choose product creations, social creations, something along the lines that doesn't determine a niche, so you don't prevent yourself from gaining business from multiple clients of different niches, okay? Make your account and then you want to start posting videos of products you have at home. I would also go to the search bar and type in UGC creators, and there is tons of free information on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram of other UGC creators who have made it to the top. They are now teaching you. Even if you just see a few videos of how to sell a product, that is so beneficial to you, because that's all you need to know, how to sell and market a product through creating that video for that product, for that company. Being a UGC creator means you're selling a product, you're unboxing a product, you're talking about why you like the product. I would start with the products I have at home and posting them to my social account so I can build trust with potential clients. And then eventually, you need to be consistent. This is not going to make you money overnight. Every day, dedicate 2 hours to creating your account, creating videos, learning how to sell a product just by making a video. You don't even need to show your face. You can just show your hands. You don't even have to talk if you don't want. There's so many options and ways you can sell a product without being the face of it if you do not want to be. Idea number 2, drop shipping. Drop shipping has gotten such a bad name, and I don't know why. Maybe because there's so many gurus out here promising you $1,000 overnight every day for the next 30 days or whatever it is. None of that is true. No idea possible is going to make you a millionaire overnight. It's just a lie. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you are investing your time and money to get that back in the long run, versus going to a 9-to-5 and you just invest your time and then you get paid in a week or two. More is on the line when you're an entrepreneur, so I know that's why some people are hesitant. But like I said, some of these options you don't even have to invest money in. Just your time and effort would get you really far. You will eventually make money. I would say I start seeing people, no matter what idea it is, start to make their money back in 3 to 6 months. If you put hardcore effort into it, you can do it. So when it comes to drop shipping, that was the second thing I've ever done to make money for myself. I'd opened a Shopify store and I was selling jewelry. Now with drop shipping, remember, you don't have to purchase that inventory up front. You can connect your store to a wholesale supplier who's selling general items and link that general item to your store, and when somebody purchases it, it goes right from the supplier to the customer. You are just the middleman connecting the customer and the supplier together. So you can do this via Shopify. That's what they do for you. They help you build that platform so you can connect the two parties together. You can start Shopify nearly for free. And if they're still running their trial, I'll see, you can start it for $0 and your first month subscription will be free. The second thing I did when it comes to drop shipping was open an eBay store. So I used their platform to connect the supplier and the seller together. Drop shipping is basically just being the middleman. You are not holding any inventory. You're not shipping anything out. All you need to do is find the supplier and connect it to the buyer via the payment and the address, and you're going to keep the profit in between. So basically, if I go to my wholesale supplier and they're selling their items for $5, since I'm the middleman, I'm going to increase it to, let's say, $10. And then when the buyer goes to see that product for $10 and they want to purchase, you're going to set that up, get it shipped to them, and you're going to keep that profit of $5 for being the middleman, for helping the buyer get connected to the seller. If you want to start off free, go with eBay. If you want something that has longevity and you have a couple extra dollars to invest in your store, I would go with Shopify. Tip number 3. Be a social media manager. You're on social media all day anyway, and you're probably doing it for yourself right now. This is where I started in the last couple years, getting an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month, just managing a couple accounts. All you have to do is post videos for your client, do your captions, do your hashtags, engage with the audience, be the creativity behind what they need to post next, make a planner for them. You're gonna plan everything out for them, and they're going to create it for you, send you over the content, and you just need to post it, maybe do a little editing to make it perfect. But overall, being a social media manager is so easy, and there are people who will pay for this service because most of the people who want this service are too busy with their business that's booming. They don't have time to manage their accounts. Which also brings me to number 4, finding clients and being a freelancer. Go on Fiverr, go on Upwork. Be a virtual assistant, be a social media manager. You can type right in the search bar what services you have to offer, and you will find clients that easy. You don't have to worry about who your next client is going to be. All you need to do is make a business profile and submit applications to those looking to hire. Now, of course, they're going to want a resume. They're going to want some proof so they know that you're trustworthy. So do that. If you have to put a little pizzazz in your resume, do it. Go to ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT to write you up a resume to be a social media manager, to be a virtual assistant. Some of these people just need you to answer emails. They just need you to have calls routed to you. Very simple tasks that you can do right from home on your phone that will barely even affect your day. This also brings me to the next tip. Reposting. This is going to fall under the same umbrella as well. Do you know that you can take other people's video and edit it, make it as your own, repost it on your own accounts, and get paid for that? Copyright is a thing. Know your laws, okay? You cannot take the same exact video, but you can put a little pizzazz on it, and if it falls under the Fair Use Act, you are good to go. For example, if you are educating people on a topic, if it's news, you can take those clips, make it your own, put your face in front of it, add text, change the color of it, make it black and white, for example, and use those videos and create profiles and accounts for just random videos. For example, let's say you really like health and fitness, anything that's going on in the world that's really popular right now. Remember those blooms were really popular? You could have taken all those videos that were getting 500,000, 1 million views and repost them by making them your own, at the same time educating people to get around that copyright and fall under the Fair Use Act. You could also just repost for clients. There are so many clients, like I said, with business booming, they don't have time to do this. To the contrary of what people say, working on social media is a job. It is not a hard job in the context of physical labor and being physically drained, but mentally, it is a lot to process and a lot to do. Think about having 5 different platforms: Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and more, and somebody having to create the content, edit the content, upload the content, engage. Somebody who's making money is going to pay somebody else off, like you and me, to do that for them because they don't need to. You don't have to worry about, oh, who my client's gonna be, or how do I know if anybody's gonna pay for this service? Rich people pay for services. You're looking at the wrong audience if you have questions like that. You need to put yourself in the center of people who are making a lot of money so you can eventually make a lot of money. You need to be valuable to rich people, and they will, for example, if you work for a millionaire and he's giving you 20% to help him grow his business, that's a lot of money. You can do an inventory-based e-commerce store. This one costs money. You purchase the inventory from a wholesaler like on Alibaba. You have it shipped to you, your warehouse, and then you sell it yourself on, let's say you want to open a TikTok shop up and you have all your products, you could do that. Totally would recommend purchasing your items at once at wholesale if this is something you are keen to, because it's better in the long run for you. It may be more an upfront cost and harder to get started as far as time consuming and waiting for your business to pick up off of the ground until you get that publicity and your business out there, but long term, it's a more viable business. When you buy your items at a wholesale price and not individually, you make out more in the end. That's the reason why I suggest it. Print on demand. Everybody loves this one because it's so easy. You are just the middleman again, and this is a zero startup cost as well. The most you'll have to pay for is maybe a subscription if they're not running a sale, which they usually are. But for example, you want to work with companies like Printful, a company who's going to fulfill your orders for you. All you need to do is do the creative part. For example, if you want to sell a mug, what do you want the mug to say? If you want to sell a t-shirt, what kind of t-shirt? Do you want it to be cotton? Do you want it to be a women's v-neck? Do you want it to be a crew neck? What do you want that to say? Do you want a picture on it? You just need to stick to the creative part. And then you're like, okay, that's great, but how do I sell it? Same thing you would do when you open up a TikTok shop store. You're gonna order samples yourself of your own products, and you're gonna use them and record videos of you using the product, showing off the product, targeting your audience who is most likely to purchase that product. It's easier than you think. The hardest part, I promise you, of all of this is getting started. More people would be millionaires in the world or making 6 figures if they just got started. That is the hardest part. Education. This is huge, especially in this world. People aren't going to college as much anymore. People don't want to work for people anymore. Everybody wants to learn a trade as quick and as cheap as possible. And if you are smart in something, anything at all, it could be sewing, it could be sports broadcasting, it could be drawing, it could be cooking, whatever you're good at, sell it. Sell it. People will buy your education from you or watch your content if you are good at something and they aspire to be you. This is why we were gonna go over 10, because some things go hand in hand, like offering education to people and having your own social media platforms and being an influencer, being a content creator. No matter what you do, you're going to need social media. I would start there. Figure out what you want to do and start your platform. Start posting something that aligns with your niche. When you're in the growing phase of your business, you want to stick to a niche. That is very, very important. You can stop at being a content creator. If you have nothing to sell and you just want to make money making videos, fine. If you're a stay-at-home mom, for an example, and you do a damn good job at it, show that. Record yourself being a mom. Do that every day, multiple times a day, for the next 3 to 6 months, and don't stop. Before you know it, you'll have more than 10,000 followers to be paid, to have the opportunity to be paid, and then you'll have brands start reaching out to you, offering you commission or a brand deal to show off their products. And once you're that good, maybe then open up the education side of it. Maybe people are curious, how do you keep your house so clean? How are you such a good mom? How are you so patient? How do you do gentle parenting? You could come out with a simple ebook and sell it for $1.99, $9.99. And this goes with anything. If you're a dad and you like sports, open up a sports page, talk about sports. And then maybe you can eventually sell a course on sports betting if you're that good. You know what I mean? The hardest part about all of this is just the creative side of it all. Getting started, figuring out what you want to do and how to do it. You just need to start. Just do something. Every day for the next week, go through a couple of these ideas, research them, figure out what's going to be most beneficial to you and financially responsible. In the next video, we're going to go over more tips and tricks on how to make money from home when you have nothing. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you're the first one here. Until then, the next time I see you guys back here, I want you to have an idea of what you're gonna do, and I want you to tell me you've at least opened your social accounts, okay? It's the only 2 things you have to do. So the next time I see you, we can go over the next steps. The next steps for me would be, how do you post to make it go viral? How much should you be posting? What should you be posting? How do you get the money to invest in yourself if you have nothing and you do want to have the money? Besides using one of the ideas I gave you, there are options to get money, borrow money that's not your own, if you want to invest in yourself. So we're going to go over all those things in the next video, okay? Bye, guys.